So now it's time to have a look at the real example of the relationships. Here we are in the books database and we have several tables. Our main table is the table books. If you have a look at this, you'll see we've got unique identifier, field called ID, ISBN, title, description, category, price, the date of the release, and the date when the book has been added to the system. Now obviously books also have authors. They are available in different places. If you, let's say, run the library, you can rent the book in the different towns. Then you've got books have also got different covers, soft, hard case. They are written in different languages, and they obviously are also assigned to different categories. We've got category here, which is referring directly to the categories table. So if we, let's say, have book written by Stephen King, for instance, you would refer this to the category called horrors or something like that. This is the relationship which is directly linking to the categories table, which means we've got a lookup table, categories, which stores unique ID for the specific record and the name of the category, and we are linking directly to this category from the books table. Here we have one-to-many relationship between the categories, where one category can be assigned to many books records. And the other way around, we have many-to-one relationship between books referring to categories table, because we can have many books referring to the same record inside of the categories table. So we've got one-to-many and many-to-one relationship. Here I've created a simple diagram to better illustrate this visually. We see we've got one category called horror, which is assigned to many different books. And then we've got different books, each of which links to the same category. So we've got one-to-many and we've got many-to-one relationship. Next type of a relationship is many-to-many, and this is created when you're using a joint table. Let's say we have our record, book written by Stephen King, some title, and now we have this book written in many different languages. Then obviously, having just this table, we cannot assign many languages to one record. We need the joint table. We have a table, lookup table, which stores all our languages, which again we have a field called ID and we have a field called name, which stores the name of the language, let's say English, German, and so on. Now, to join these two records together to indicate that one refers to the other, we need to use a joint table. In this case, our joint table is a table called books languages. If I click on this table, you see we have field called book ID and field called language ID. Book ID field links directly to the book records, so it uses the ID as the primary identifier of the specific record, and the lang ID links directly to the languages record, again using its primary key. So this kind of relationship is called many-to-many, because inside of the books languages table we can have many records which have ID of 1, let's say, and there may be many records of the language as well which have ID of 2. So we've got many, let's say, German languages has been assigned to many different books. So here we've got illustration of the many-to-many relationship, where language ID and book ID are referring to the two separate tables. Book ID refers to the book record, language ID refers to the language record. Let's say the Dark Tower can be written in English and in German. Then House of Night, for instance, can be written French, German, and English. So that's how many-to-many relationship looks. There are several other types of relationships which we won't be covering in this series, simply because these two, which I've just explained, are the most common, and you will be using them the most actually while working with MySQL and PHP.